What is up, guys? It's Andy here. Welcome to Painfully Honest Advice. So guess what? I just bought a duplex, and it's my first real estate investment property. In this video, I am going to share with you guys why I think buying a duplex is hands down the best decision that you can make. So I've been in the market for over 6 months looking to buy my first real estate investment property. And I'll share with you guys exactly why I think you cannot go wrong with buying a duplex, plus all the advantages and disadvantages of owning a duplex. Now, on average, millennials spend about 45% of their income on housing. So why not buy a property, live in one unit, and have the other unit pay for all your mortgage expenses? And I'm going to share how exactly you can do that with buying a duplex. Now, there's a great book that I want to share with you guys that actually got me interested in real estate. The book's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I highly suggest this book because it's very easy to follow, it's very easy to read, and if you're interested in getting into real estate or saving money or investing money, it is a highly suggested book. So I recommend to definitely check it out. Now, if you're looking to buy your first property, or if you're new to real estate investing, you're probably wondering what exactly is a duplex. A duplex is basically a multi-family house. It's basically 2 units. In one unit, you can actually rent it out while you live in the other unit, or you can rent out both units. And there are other multi-family unit properties as well, like a triplex or a fourplex, which is basically a 3-unit or a 4-unit property. But I personally suggest if you're looking to get into real estate and your first investment property, start with a duplex because it's just going to be much easier to manage and it's going to be much easier to get started. And anything bigger than a fourplex would be considered a commercial property, and we're not going to get into that in this video. So with a duplex, you can actually live in one unit while you rent out the other unit to pay for all your expenses. And another nice thing with a duplex is that you can actually get traditional financing just like you'd be getting for a traditional home. And you can go through any local bank and the process would be exactly the same. Now, there are some upfront costs if you are looking to buy a duplex. Now, if you're going to be living in there, upfront, you are going to need 5% down if you're looking to get a mortgage on that property. If you're not going to be living in there and using it as an investment property like I am, you are going to need at least 20% down. Now, it is actually much easier to manage a duplex because you only have 2 tenants. And basically, all you got to do is just upkeep with the maintenance of the property. If one of the tenants leaves, you just got to find a replacement for that tenant. And additionally, if there's any minor repairs, if you have a handyman that can do some of those, or if you're handy, you can take care of those as well. So it's actually not that much work to manage a duplex. Now let me go ahead and dig into the numbers because the numbers just make sense with a duplex, and that's why I really love this type of property. So this property that I'm showing you guys was listed for about $190,000, and I bought the property at $180,000 plus after closing costs and after paying the taxes, it cost me right around $186,000. But because this property is an investment property and it's not my primary residence, I did have to put down 20% as a down payment. But after my down payment, my actual mortgage comes to $920 a month, and that includes the mortgage, that includes the taxes, and that includes the insurance. But the income that I make from this property is higher. Now, from the downstairs unit, which is actually a 2.5 bedrooms, I make $1,100 a month in rent. And from the upstairs unit, which is 1.5 bedrooms, I make $650 in monthly rent. So the total rent that I get from this property is $1,750, where my expenses and my mortgage for this property is $920. So I am coming ahead on this property every single month. And that's why I personally love investing in a duplex, because as soon as you invest in that property, you are going to start netting income right away from the first month that you buy that property. So in this case, I'm actually netting $830 on a monthly basis. Now, let's just say that I wanted to live in one of the units. Now, I can live in the upstairs unit for free because the downstairs unit is paying me $1,100 a month in rental income, which is covering my expenses because my expense on this property is $920 a month. And that's the reason why I love duplexes so much. Plus, there's additional income that I did not discuss, but it is worth sharing. By paying off the mortgage, you are actually paying off the principal. And when you sell the property, you will actually get all that principal and all that money back. And additionally, because property values over time always tend to go up, your property value is going to appreciate over time. So when you sell this property, you'll actually end up making much more money. Unless, of course, we go into a recession. But even if we go into a recession, it will always rebound. Plus, there are many tax write-offs that you can actually have by owning a property. You can actually deduct all your interest that you pay on your mortgage, plus you can deduct all the taxes that you've paid. Additionally, you can deduct all the repairs. So there are many benefits to buying a duplex, especially as your first home, because you can be living in one unit and have the other unit pay for you, and you can also be just netting money right from the start. So this is not actually an expense, and you can actually turn this around and make it an income. So now I'm going to share with you guys some of the disadvantages of buying a duplex, because you do want to know these as well. So you are going to need some money up front. If this is your first property and you're actually going to be living in this property, you do need 5% down. But if you're going to be using this as an investment property, the lowest that you can put down is 20%. Additionally, finding tenants and managing the property can become difficult. If you get a bad tenant that just trashes your place, you are going to need to go after that tenant, or you're going to need to go after and repairing that property. And another not so great thing is just the overall day-to-day managing of that property. Any repairs that come up, any type of maintenance that needs to be done, that can also be time consuming. So managing the property can become a headache. And the only other disadvantage that I can actually see by having a duplex is the lack of privacy. If you're living in one of the units and you have a tenant in the other unit, you do have some common area space that you share, like the parking, like the backyard, or any of the yard work. Now, you can always raise your income by actually investing in a triplex or a fourplex, which is a 3-family unit or a 4-family unit. But with that, you are going to need more money up front, because the down payment is going to be higher, because those properties are going to be more expensive. Plus, they're just going to have a bit more headache, because you are going to have multiple units to manage, and now you have multiple tenants to manage. So my personal preference is going to be to go ahead and start with a duplex. And if you actually like investing in real estate and you're netting income from your properties, go ahead and reinvest that money, and you can just grow your portfolio.